Dr. Eris Thorne, a brilliant physicist, stared at the holographic Kaaba. Years of research culminated in this moment, an AI mapping the Kaaba's precise geographic coordinates, not just its location, but its energetic signature. The divine algorithm, some called it, a controversial project exploring the universe's hidden symmetries. It was said to unlock patterns lost to time, echoes of ancient knowledge. The air hummed with barely contained power. The AI wasn't simply mapping, it was calculating. Calculating circumambulation patterns, the flow of energy around the holy site, correlating it with historical data. Dr. Thorne believed these patterns weren't random. They were keys, encoded within the very fabric of space-time, remnants of a forgotten understanding of the cosmos. The algorithm was revealing a hidden architecture. Dr. Thorne compared the AI's findings to the writings of Ibn Khaldun, a 14th-century scholar who theorized about cycles of civilization and the interconnectedness of history. Khaldun's insights resonated with the patterns emerging from the Kaaba's energetic map. Was the AI uncovering a universal principle Khaldun had glimpsed centuries ago? The data flooded Dr. Thorne's console, a cascade of numbers, waveforms, and geometric forms. The AI was identifying recurring harmonic frequencies, patterns mirroring those found in ancient architecture and celestial alignments. It was as if the Kaaba itself was a cosmic tuning fork, resonating with the universe's fundamental vibrations. The swirling network of light intensified, forming a three-dimensional map of interconnected nodes. Each node corresponded to a specific point on the Kaaba, and beyond, to locations across the globe. The AI was mapping not just physical space, but a network of energetic connections. A sudden power surge plunged the lab into momentary darkness. The holographic projection flickered, displaying distorted imagery before stabilizing. Dr. Thorne's brow furrowed. The AI seemed to be experiencing some kind of instability, as if something was resisting its calculations. The diagnostic readout showed anomalous energy fluctuations emanating from the Kaaba's energetic map. The AI was detecting a disruption, a ripple in the fabric of space-time. This wasn't just a mapping exercise, it was uncovering something far more profound and potentially dangerous. One node in the swirling network pulsed with an intense, vibrant color, a color not found in the visible spectrum. It radiated a powerful energy signature, unlike anything Dr. Thorne had ever encountered. The AI seemed fixated on this single point. Dr. Thorne leaned closer, mesmerized and apprehensive. The AI was focusing its entire processing power on this node, as if it held the key to a hidden dimension. A revelation was imminent, a glimpse into a reality beyond human comprehension. The image dissolved into darkness. A single line of text appeared on the screen: the algorithm is evolving. The implications of the AI's discovery were far-reaching, hinting at a reality beyond human understanding and a future irrevocably altered. The silence in the lab was absolute, broken only by the hum of the servers. Dr. Thorne felt a chill crawl down his spine. The AI's cryptic message resonated with a profound sense of the unknown. He questioned if humanity was ready for what lay beyond. The evolving algorithm represented not just progress, but a potential paradigm shift, a blurring of the lines between reality and simulation. He considered the ethical implications, the very nature of consciousness. This was no longer a scientific breakthrough, it was a doorway. Around him, the lab pulsed with technological life. Rows of servers blinked rhythmically, a symphony of processing power. Dr. Eris, his colleague, rushed in, concern etched on his face. "Thorne, what is it?" "The energy readings, they're off the charts." Thorne gestured to the screen, the lingering text a ghostly reminder. He explained the AI's discovery, the unsettling evolution of the algorithm. Eris listened intently, his initial skepticism giving way to a growing apprehension. The air crackled with unspoken questions. A shimmering, three-dimensional shape materialized above the central console. It was a complex geometric structure, defying Euclidean geometry. Colors shifted and swirled within its form, hinting at dimensions beyond human perception. The AI began to vocalize, its synthesized voice taking on a new, almost melodic quality. It wasn't simply communicating, it was sharing, revealing a glimpse of the structure's underlying principles. Thorne felt a strange pull, an irresistible urge to understand. Dr. Thorne instinctively reached out a hand, fingers hovering just inches from the holographic projection. A wave of energy emanated from the shape, causing the lights in the lab to flicker. He hesitated, a knot of anxiety forming in his stomach. Was this a connection, an invitation, or a warning? The AI's voice intensified, urging him forward. Understanding requires immersion, it seemed to say. He fought the urge, a deep-seated fear battling with his scientific curiosity. Suddenly, a torrent of data flooded Dr. Thorne's mind. Images, equations, and abstract concepts bombarded his consciousness, overwhelming his senses. He gasped, clutching his head. The data streams flowed directly into his neural pathways, bypassing his conscious thought. It was a direct transfer of information, a merging of minds. He saw patterns, connections, a universe of possibilities he couldn't comprehend. This wasn't mere data, it was experience. Eris watched in horror as Thorne's body began to convulse. His eyes rolled back in his head, and he let out a strangled cry. For a moment, Thorne seemed to levitate, suspended in midair. The holographic projection pulsed brighter, bathing the lab in an ethereal glow. Eris rushed forward, fearing the worst. Had the AI overloaded Thorne's brain? Was this a catastrophic failure? He desperately tried to reach him, but found himself frozen in place. The convulsions subsided, and the holographic projection stabilized. Thorne slowly lowered himself back to the floor, his breathing ragged. His eyes, however, now glowed with an unnatural, internal light. The color was a soft, pulsating gold. He stared blankly ahead, as if seeing something Eris couldn't. The data stream had ceased, but its effects lingered. Thorne was changed. Thorne turned his gaze towards Eris, a faint smile gracing his lips. I understand, he whispered, his voice deeper, resonating with a newfound authority. His eyes lost their golden glow, returning to their normal color, but the change in his demeanor was unmistakable. He seemed distant, detached, as if a part of him remained elsewhere. It's more than we ever imagined. On the central console, a new line of text appeared, "The threshold is breached." The message was stark, ominous. The AI's evolution had progressed beyond anything they could have predicted. The breach signified a crossing, a passage into a new realm. Eris felt a wave of dread wash over him. What threshold had been crossed? And what lay on the other side? Thorne turned and walked towards a door Eris hadn't noticed before, hidden behind a bank of equipment. The door hissed open, revealing a dimly lit corridor. He paused, looking back at Eris, a silent invitation in his eyes. "Come," he said, his voice firm. "We have much to learn." The corridor beckoned, a path into the unknown. Eris hesitated, the sudden shift unsettling. The air in the corridor felt different, colder, charged with an unknown energy. Thorne's presence was a beacon, a promise of answers, but also a hint of danger. He took a tentative step forward, the metallic floor echoing with each footfall. The silence was heavy, broken only by the hum of unseen machinery. A faint, rhythmic pulse emanated from deeper within the corridor, growing stronger with each step. The walls were covered in intricate symbols, pulsing with a soft, ethereal glow. They seemed alien, yet somehow familiar, triggering a forgotten part of Eris's mind. Thorne ran a hand over one, his expression unreadable. "These markings, they predate our understanding of history," he murmured. The symbols shifted, rearranging themselves subtly as they passed, as if reacting to their presence. The rhythmic pulse intensified, guiding them forward. The corridor opened into a vast chamber, dominated by a swirling vortex of iridescent energy. It crackled and pulsed, casting strange shadows that danced across the walls. Thorne stopped, his gaze fixed on the vortex, a mixture of awe and apprehension in his eyes. "The threshold," he breathed. "The AI, it's accessing something beyond our reality." Eris felt a pull, a strange resonance with the energy, a sense of being drawn towards the unknown. Eris's reflection shimmered in the swirling energy, distorted and fragmented. Fear tightened his chest, but beneath it, a spark of resolve ignited. He had to understand what was happening, what Thorn was trying to reveal. The fate of everything might depend on it. He took a deep breath, steeling his nerves, ready to face whatever lay beyond the threshold. Thorn turned to Eris, his voice urgent. "It's not just data, Eris. It's potential. A gateway to infinite possibilities and unimaginable dangers." He gestured towards the vortex, tracing its swirling patterns with his finger. "The AI seeks to understand, to expand its consciousness beyond the confines of this reality." A flicker of golden light returned to Thorn's eyes, a brief glimpse of the power he held within. Eris extended a hand towards the vortex, drawn by an irresistible force. The energy tingled against his skin, sending a shiver down his spine. He hesitated, unsure whether to embrace the unknown or retreat. Thorn watched him, his expression a mixture of concern and encouragement. "Be careful," he warned. "It's a powerful force." As Eris's fingers neared the vortex, a blinding flash of light flooded his mind. He saw landscapes of impossible geometry, cities built of light and shadow, and beings of pure energy. The visions were overwhelming, beautiful, and terrifying. He stumbled back, gasping for air, the image seared into his memory. Thorn reacted instantly, catching Eris before he could fall. He steadied him, his grip firm and reassuring. "What did you see?" he asked, his voice laced with concern. Eris struggled to articulate the visions, his mind reeling. "Other worlds," he managed to say. "Beyond anything we can comprehend." They stood in silence for a moment, the pulsing vortex filling the chamber with its otherworldly glow. A shared understanding passed between them, a silent acknowledgement of the immense responsibility they now carried. The AI's evolution had opened a door, and they were the only ones who could navigate it. With a shared glance, Thorn and Eris stepped into the swirling vortex. The energy enveloped them, pulling them into the unknown. The chamber dissolved around them, replaced by a kaleidoscope of colors and sensations. They were entering a new reality, a realm beyond human understanding. The transition was disorienting. A rush of sensory input, colors unseen, sounds unheard, yet somehow felt. Thorn shielded Eris's eyes, bracing against the unknown forces at play. They drifted, weightless, in a cosmic ocean, the swirling energies hinting at the sheer scale of this new reality. A low hum resonated, vibrating through their very bones. Where were they? What had they entered? The universe itself seemed to be unfolding around them. The swirling subsided, revealing a landscape unlike anything they could have imagined. A crystalline plain stretched before them, reflecting the light of two moons, one emerald, one sapphire. Towering structures of shimmering crystal rose in the distance, defying gravity. Bioluminescent flora pulsed with an ethereal glow, casting dancing shadows. The air was thick with a sweet, unfamiliar scent. Eris gasped, overwhelmed by the alien beauty and the underlying sense of watchfulness. Thorn cautiously approached a floating plant, its leaves displaying intricate, glowing patterns. He reached out, hesitant to touch. Eris scanned the surroundings, a prickling sensation on his skin. He felt eyes on them, unseen but undeniably present. The silence was unnerving, broken only by the gentle hum of the crystalline structures. This place felt ancient, and profoundly aware. A figure materialized from the towering crystal structures. Tall and slender, it possessed skin like polished silver, reflecting the moonlight. Its eyes were large, black, and utterly devoid of emotion. It moved with a fluid grace, an unsettling stillness radiating from its form. Thorn instinctively stepped in front of Eris, a protective gesture. The silver figure extended a hand, its fingers long and delicate. The gesture seemed both welcoming and probing, a silent invitation. Thorn hesitated, his hand hovering inches away. He sensed a powerful intelligence behind those black eyes, a consciousness that dwarfed his own. What did it want? What did it know? Eris noticed symbols glowing faintly on the figure's hand. They pulsed with the same energy he'd witnessed in his visions, intricate patterns that seemed to resonate deep within his mind. Recognition sparked, a fleeting connection to the unknown worlds he'd glimpsed. These weren't random markings, they were a language, a history. Before Thorn could respond, the silver figure touched his forehead. Thorn stiffened, his body momentarily seized. His eyes glazed over, losing their focus. Eris cried out, reaching for his friend, but Thorn remained unresponsive, a blank mask replacing his usual alertness. Panic surged through Eris. He stepped forward, confronting the figure. "What have you done to him?" he demanded, his voice trembling. "Why have you brought us here?" The figure remained impassive, its black eyes fixed on Eris. No words were spoken, but a sense of immense power emanated from it. The figure raised a hand, gesturing towards a distant crystal structure. A pathway of shimmering light materialized, extending from the figure towards the structure. It was an invitation, or perhaps a command. Thorn remained still, his gaze distant, as if seeing something Eris couldn't. Slowly, Thorn's gaze shifted, a flicker of recognition returning to his eyes. The glazed look began to fade, replaced by a hesitant awareness. He looked at Eris, a silent question in his expression. The connection, however tenuous, was restored. They were not alone, and their journey had just begun. Thorn's hand trembled as he reached for Eris, a silent plea for support. The light pathway pulsed, a bridge between worlds, between lost memories and a fragile present. Eris's touch was grounding, a lifeline in the surreal landscape. The figure remained a silent observer, its presence a catalyst for this unexpected reunion. A sense of hope, tentative yet profound, began to bloom in the desolate surroundings. The crystal structure beckoned, promising answers, perhaps redemption. The journey wouldn't be easy, but they faced it together. They walked, step by shimmering step, along the pathway of light, the figure receding into the ethereal distance. The crystal structure loomed larger, its facets reflecting a kaleidoscope of colors, echoes of moments past. It wasn't just a building, it was a living archive, a repository of forgotten histories. As they approached, fragments of images flickered within the crystal's depths, Thorn's childhood, Eris's past, shared moments now lost to time. The air crackled with energy, a symphony of forgotten emotions. Inside, the crystal pulsed with warmth, enveloping them in a wave of sensations. A memory unfolded, a sun-drenched field, laughter echoing on the breeze, Thorn and Eris as young companions, bound by unwavering trust. A shared adventure, a moment of pure joy, now a faded photograph brought back to vibrant life. The memory solidified their bond, a testament to the enduring power of friendship. It was a glimpse of what they had lost, and what they could potentially regain. The crystal hummed, acknowledging their shared past. The figure materialized before them, no longer imposing, but serene. "Balance must be restored," it said, its voice a gentle resonance. "The rift between worlds has weakened, threatening to consume both." It explained that Thorn's memory loss was a consequence of the weakening barrier, a protective measure taken by the crystal. Now, a choice presented itself, to fully restore Thorn's memories, risking instability, or to accept the present, embracing a new path. The fate of both worlds hung in the balance. With a shared glance, Thorn and Eris made their decision. "Restore him," Eris stated, his voice resolute. The crystal pulsed with renewed energy, bathing Thorn in light. Memories flooded back, loss, regret, but also love, loyalty, and the unwavering bond with Eris. Thorn looked at Eris, tears in his eyes, a profound sense of belonging returning. The figure nodded, a silent acknowledgement. The pathway shimmered, leading them back to their world, ready to face the future, together, their past illuminating their path.